What up, everybody? It's your girl JoJo of JoJo's Replay, and I am here to tell you about OAT, Official America's Team. It is a platform built for fans, by fans, and it's all about Cowboys Nation, baby. We got so many big-time personalities like yours truly, Tyson West Coast from Dallas Cowboys Scouting, Silver and Blue Nation headed by Big Game James, and the president and CEO himself, Barry Gibson, the guy that's bringing us all together and making all of this happen. Go subscribe. Go be a supporter. You know it's all about Cowboys Nation and about this chase for number 6, baby. And OAT is the hub to connect us all. So I'm telling you right now, go join. Go subscribe, because here at OAT, baby, we making big moves, because OAT is our business and our business is our swag.
Well. Happy Saturday, everybody. It's your boy B Jizzle and my girl Kales. You know she got the intels. How you doing over there today, Kales?
Good. Tomorrow's my birthday.
I seen that. I'm glad. I seen that when you sent me that picture. Because I've been posting a couple folks. Normally I don't post the birthday pictures, but I've been kind of getting in on the birthday post content stuff. So when you commented that, I was like, damn, did I miss her birthday? But it's like, nah, she's letting me know it's coming up. So yeah, it is your birthday tomorrow. So how's that gonna feel to get a win over the Bucs on your birthday?
Listen, they better do something. But either way. After this year that I've had, I'm trying to get into the spirit. So.
All right. I see you got your festive hat on. I see you.
Yeah, and I got one of my birthday shirts on.
Okay. Well, good deal. So welcome everybody to the show. It's BG, it's Kales, and we're gonna have a special guest as soon as he taps in. It's the boys versus the Bucs, or the Bucs versus the boys pre-game show. So y'all welcome to the show. We are live on Facebook. We're also live on LinkedIn, and we're live on YouTube. So shout out to everybody on all 3 platforms. We appreciate you tuning in today. It's been a couple of games today. The Texans got knocked out by the Kansas City Chiefs and the refs. And I think the Chargers, they already upset Denver. I had Denver over the Chargers, so that didn't pan out too well. And then right now we got the Steelers and the Ravens playing. I know my girl Kales is watching that. What's the score over there right now on the game, Kales? Can you see the TV?
Nah, I went.
Okay.
Hold on, but I can pull it up.
She's in the Kales mode. Okay, I see you. She's concentrating. But what's up, everybody? We see y'all tapping in.
31-17.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, I got the Ravens for the win on that. Shout out to Nicole, Miss Fanatics in the building. Says, good evening, cousins. Reps in. Glad to be back in the gym with y'all. Yeah. Appreciate the DM to let me what's going on there. Apologize for your loss. One thing's for sure, we are all destined to check out here, if you know what I mean. Top in the building says, hey, everyone watching the Longhorns game. What's the score? I think the Longhorns are up on that one, right? Yeah. What was you saying, Kales?
Oh, I said the score is 31-17.
Yeah, we see our YouTube folks tapping in too. Appreciate that update, Kels. Thank you. So, what's up, man? I see you, Danielle. Appreciate you always tapping in. Sarah is on YouTube too as well. Appreciate you tapping in. Shout out to all of the YouTube subs over there, man. Big game this week for the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow night on Sunday Night Football. Everybody gonna be waiting all day for Sunday night. Who you got? You got the Bucs or you got the boys?
I mean, I had the Cowboys on my prediction sheet, but the way that this team is out here looking like they ghettoing for the streets, I don't know.
Who you talking about, the boys or the Bucs?
The boys.
Oh, what they ghetto for the streets? What's going on? You got some intels?
No, it's just a saying that we say in our community that they're ghetto and they are for the streets.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down now. Top said 38-24 Longhorns. Okay, appreciate that. Yeah, we got the scores rolling in there. Oh, he said 27-7 Dallas with the W. That's just disrespectful to Baker. That's disrespectful to Baker, not Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, one of the hottest quarterbacks in the league right now, is he not? I think he threw a whole lot of touchdowns so far. I mean, Baker's patty cake Baker's, man. I don't know. This defense is ghetto and for the streets. Is that what you're saying, Carols?
The whole organization is.
Oh, is it because of the new Netflix announcement? Is that what it is? Because it's like a soap opera, according to Jerry?
Nope. This started when he did his all in sermon.
Mm, mm. Well, let's just take a look at some numbers. We'll just kick this content off right here. Let's take a look at the Buccaneers and Cowboys Bet MGM over under predictions. Shout out to all of those predictors that are out there as we got our special guest in the background getting ready to join the show. But the Buccaneers are 4-point favorites at AT&T Stadium. 48.5 is the over and under. And yeah, Dallas Cowboys getting disrespected at home where we used to could not lose at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's welcome our third guest to the show. Y'all know him well. He's been around here. He's been creating boundaries with this team, but y'all know him as Bob the Cannabis Cowboy. What's good, baby?
Always got to bring up them boundaries, man. Yeah. You know what, though, man? It's crazy because, I tried to stay away, and now they're effing around trying to win now. Lighting the fire again.
Yeah, so, got the grease gristling over there. Is that what it is?
That's what it is, man.
That's
how y'all doing?
Good, man. It's good to see you, man. Look at you getting all trim, and you're really in the gym. Look at you.
Yeah, man, I'm in the gym doing everything. I'm doing it all, man. You gotta keep going.
you said good, man. You moved the show. You got time to lift. You was in the gym lifting today. You was raising the bar, baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah, gotta stay. Trying to turn the clock back. It ain't gonna happen, but I'm trying.
I like that, man. You're inspiring me. I'm gonna unbig my back in 2025. So I'm definitely gonna get in the gym. So y'all gonna see some content for BG in the gym for real. Y'all be like, BG talk all that shit about being in the gym. Well, BG don't go to the gym. See, Bob got me feeling guilty over here. You know what I mean? But welcome to the show, Bob. Good to see you, man.
Of course, good to see y'all. Definitely.
How you feeling about these boys and this Bucks, though? As Kels with the intels already said, this team is ghetto and for the streets.
You know what? I picked up Baker about 3 weeks ago because he just seems like a quarterback that knows what he's doing. He wants to play. He has fun. That's what makes him a little dangerous. I don't know, man. I think the Bucks honestly are going to be tougher than they seem, but I just don't feel like we're going to get rolled over like I might have felt 6 weeks ago. I think the defense, more than anything, is kind of tired of losing. And it's not like anybody on our team is okay with losing. It's just that we can't win. It's not like nobody wants to win. We just don't have the pieces in place to secure victories every week. So it's not like they're not trying, but they're definitely not trying nowadays.
Well, I mean, the knock has been we can't beat a team over 500, and currently the Bucks are over 500. The Bucks are humming right now. I mean, they knocked off the Chargers last week, who had the Chargers over them. They upset me. That was one of my 2 losses last week. So yeah, the Bucks are coming in at a good time. So, Kels, what can you provide with us today in terms of the intels? Any good news on the injury report? Anything good coming out of Frisco for us here?
All right, so let's go. So I put the final practice report up yesterday. A new player entered on the practice report. Our defensive end, Micah Parsons. He has an illness. When I get down to the news and notes, I'll get more detail with that. The Cowboys are closing out this week's practice report with 16 active players.
16 players on the practice on the injury report. Is that what you said?
Yep. So Wednesday we had 14. Thursday we had 15 because Jalen Brooks entered the practice report.
Mm-hmm.
Then yesterday Micah Parsons popped up, and now we're at 16. So,
yeah, he'll be there.
So here we go. I'm gonna go through this real fast because I got a lot of stuff as far regarding the game that I definitely need to get into.
Yeah, Bob, she said she got a game for me and you to play. I don't know what this is about, so
okay.
So our guard TJ Bass, he has a thigh injury. He was downgraded to DNP, and he is now questionable. Our center Cooper Beebe, he is cleared out of concussion protocol, so he has been a full practice participant this week. Jalen Brooks was downgraded to DNP, and he is ruled out. As we know, Trayvon Diggs, he is ruled out. He's on the injured reserve. Rico Dowdle with the knee, he was a full practice participant, so he's good to go. Shuma Adoga, he was upgraded to a full practice participant. Same with Malik Hooker. Eric Kendricks, he was NIR this week, and he was upgraded to a limited capacity participant, and he is questionable. Also, I think he took
what was his deal? Was it an ankle or something with
it
Kendrick?
says calf, but also remember sometime last week, his wife had their baby. So some of this could be paternity leave.
Yeah. But you said Cooper came back from, or BB's coming back from concussion protocol. He practiced in full.
Yeah, he has cleared
concussion protocol. Okay, so cool.
And the reason why his was a shorter length than, I forgot who. Oh, Jake Ferguson.
Yeah, Jake was out for a minute.
We have a longer break period as far as the games, whereas with Jake Ferguson, we had 4-day windows out of the those 3 games that he was out.
Okay.
So he's good to go. So he was only able to miss 1 game, which was the Panthers game. CeeDee Lamb, he's still having issues with the AC joint and his shoulder, but he was upgraded to a full practice participant. Jordan Lewis was a limited capacity, and he's questionable. Micah Parsons, like I said, he's questionable, but he is expected to play.
Yeah. So really no scares other than we know Trayvon's out, we know Zach's out.
Right.
I mean, the only other one I think folks are really looking at was Cooper Beebe, right?
Yeah. Mozzie Smith, with the back, he was upgraded to a full practice. Same with Tyler Smith. Wanye Thomas, he was a limited capacity participant, and he is questionable. Nick Vigil, he was upgraded to limited. Donovan Wilson, he had an elbow injury, and he was upgraded to a full practice participant. So yesterday, the Cowboys practice was basically a walkthrough. Jerry Jones said on 105.3 The Fan that he is not ruling out defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence out for the season. He also said that he is not writing off Lawrence returning to the Cowboys next season. Jalen Brooks suffered a hyperextended to his knee on the last play of practice on Thursday and won't go this week against the Bucs, but he will have a chance to play against the Eagles. Like I said, Micah Parsons is expected to play.
Well, no real scares there. I mean, other than Cooper Beebe, I mean, Micah Parsons, yeah. And you know how they use this injury report. Like you said, it's probably some baby leave or some baby time off because, you know, Eric Kendrick just had his baby. So that's good intel right there, especially for those looking at that like, 16 people. That's way more than Detroit had 13 when they were talking about they were the most injured team in the league and nobody was talking about the Cowboys. But, I mean, I don't know. What's your take on that, Bob? Or are you happy to hear about Cooper Beebe coming back? What was your main concern going into the game?
I'm actually surprised how some of these rotational offensive linemen have been doing very well. I was expecting to see really massive blindside hits on our quarterbacks because Tyron's gone. And especially since Zach's gone, I was expecting the run game to suffer. But man,
isn't it weird?
I feel like I don't know anything about football
it's
anymore.
It's like our best offensive lineman went down, and all of a sudden Rico goes 3 games with back-to-back over 100 yards.
It's when you ask, it's almost like when you're forcing, when you have to say to your team, next man up, it doesn't happen. But when the team says to themselves, next man up, and they're the next man up, that's normally how it works. I just feel like that's going on right now with this team, man. Yeah. The most of them are just like, we don't want to go out like this. At least we're going to go out throwing hands. We're not going to just get knocked out of here. You know, at this point, we're going to probably pick 14, 16, 17 anyway, like we always freaking do. So we might as well win some games and make the fans like us have a little bit of glimmer of hope going in next season, in the off season, and then next season.
Yeah.
So let me know when you're ready for me to get into the game notes, because this week I have been in both of the books. I've been on phone and Zoom with Will McClay. I got a shitload of stuff to say.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I just know, the Dallas Cowboys,
just
and we'll
let
get to
me know.
Kels.
Just
We're
let
gonna
me
get hold on. We'll get to
know.
Kels game in just a second. Hold on, Kels. I just want to make sure everybody understands that the Cowboys have not been mathematically eliminated, and we need, and I hate to say this, we need, but in order now, let me just retract that statement. We don't need nothing. We don't need shit. In order for the Cowboys to mathematically be out of the playoffs, the Eagles would have to lose to the Commanders, and the Cowboys would have to lose to the Bucs. But if the Cowboys win and the Eagles beat the Commanders, then I think we still mathematically remain in the playoffs. So there is a chance. That's what I'm saying.
But one of those 1:00 games can get us kicked out because they can also go on strength and numbers.
Which one is that?
Any one of the NFC. Well, I can't even say NFC because when we won the 2021 division, the Raiders either won or they lost, and we ended up taking the division because
I remember that. It was some weird. I remember that
because we needed to win against Washington on that day. It was the day after Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
But by the Raiders either winning or losing, I got the alert getting into town that we won the division, and that was based off of strength and numbers because of the Raiders. So one of the 1:00 games could kick us out.
Okay. Well, all I know is the Cowboys haven't been mathematically eliminated, and we don't need shit. We just some other things have to happen in order for us to stay mathematically not eliminated going past this week. Because once the inevitable happens, I mean, how are y'all gonna feel? I mean, Bob, I know you're joining us here today before we get into Kel's game, and you came back with a little glimmer of hope today. I think the stars aligned for you to get on the show with us. I mean, how would you feel? How's it gonna feel after this glimmer of hope rug gets pulled up underneath us if we don't happen to beat the Bucs on Sunday Night Football?
I think I'm hoping that everybody in our friend base and our fan base has been tempering their expectations the entire season. Anyone who's all in I'm sorry, you're going to get hurt. If you're all in, you're going to get hurt. But with the realistic expectations, what you should be looking for in these games is not so much a decisive victory, but hope that certain young players that we know are going to fill in as the future comes to us, that they're playing well, that the coaches are coaching correctly. We're putting together game plans that are correct for the team that we're playing, because historically it seems like we don't plan very well. So I think there's a lot of stuff to be hopeful for. And I know that the fans are probably saying to themselves, all right, we got this 1% chance. Don't hang too hard on that. Hang on to the fact that there's going to be some players that are going to have to step up, and they are. The problem is we have to have people lose in order for us to get in, and that's never a good situation for you to be in as a fan. So just temper your expectations. I think that there's a good amount of hopefulness to have, but we still have Cooper Rush and not Dak Prescott. And I don't care what anyone says, that is a massive problem.
Yeah. All right, Kels. I know you over there. You say you got a shitload. We don't ever see Kels really cuss too much.
I know. I was going to say, dude,
it's a lot.
She's being real as hell right now, dude.
Listen, you need to see my mouth during the games. It's real.
I bet.
Oh,
it's
you're professional.
I think I got a glimpse of it when it was one of the days you was admin of the day at the game, and you was talking smack to some fans. Where y'all leaving for? Where y'all going? Where y'all going? I'm like, Kels going in.
Yeah.
What's this game you got? What we doing? What we playing here?
All right, so here we go. I can't say good news. Osa Odigizua and Carl Lawson topped in the top 3 for top defense pass rushers for week 15 to close out week 15.
Also been balling, man. Diggy been balling in them trenches.
I love that dude. That dude's been doing it for a while for us.
Yeah, it's good to see him getting his shine.
Yeah. So as of right now, there is no true wide receiver 3, and we won't know who it is until Dak Prescott gets back.
Ooh, that's scary.
Jalen Brooks, before his injury, he was getting more reps in practice with Cooper Rush. We are going to see 2 of the Cowboys 2024 draft top centers, Graham Barton and Cooper Beebe. Barton is still getting under his feet, and Beebe has been producing more than Barton. Like I said during the draft show, he is the sleeper.
That's good. We got some depth going on there.
Yeah. So our Cowboys offense for the game needs to match the Bucks defense energy. Their strengths is also our strengths. Cooper Rush does not move the ball downfield, and he needs to catch the Bucks in some substitutions. Have Brandon Cooks do more than stop routes. Let him run free. It's insulting to his skill set. That's my note right there. Here's a fun fact. One catch, CeeDee Lamb will surpass Drew Pearson in catches.
What? Not the original 88. Look at that's 88 magic right there.
Yep.
And CD is next to Michael Irvin, what, one of 4 seasons in a row over 1,000 yards, I think,
Yep.
right? You know, CD balling.
Yep. So CeeDee Lamb will move to 4th place, and Drew Pearson will go down to 5th.
Hey,
Bucks,
CD gonna end up breaking all the 88 records.
Right. All right, guys. Sermon time. Here we go. Cowboys-lations, chapter 1, verse 1. The Bucks are going to make Dallas travel in this game. Cowboys' strengths is their defense, where they can get pressures, and the Bucks' offense strength is they can move the ball. So Zimmer has to figure out how to counter that. Bucks defense run a 4-man front, but presents itself as a 6-man front. Miscommunications can and will arise. The Bucks defense has some nice pass rushers. Welcome back, Todd Bowles. You're coming back to Dallas. Well, really do not. They really don't do a lot of exotic fronts, but if and when they do, they can trip up an O-line. On the flip side, their defense gets killed when they don't blitz. The health in their secondary has not improved. It's a possibility. Well, now Winfield, he is ruled out of this game, so he will not be playing. Their safeties and corners are really not impressive, but you can move them out of the line of scrimmage. Okay. Cowboys O-line is in limbo with players coming in and out. We do not know what the lineup is going to look like. So we will see who will come out for this game. I should have the inactives hopefully by 6:30, 7 o'clock my time, the latest.
Okay.
How will the Bucks take advantage of that? This is evaluation time. The Cowboys O-line needs to find a way to disrupt Levante David for a running game, because he is a game wrecker. He's more of a downhill guy, getting pressures instead of covering. He can cover, but force him to. Also, they need to keep Rush upright so Vita Vea, Kalaje Kansan, and or Yaya Diaby won't get to him. As a matter of fact, steer clear of their entire front 7.
Is you reading the script over there, Kels? Is that what you got? Is that what you're saying? You got the Dallas Cowboys script?
No.
I'm just asking.
It's close. It's close. Sounds like it could be in the neighborhood.
I'm like, man, where you got all the intels? You know what I mean? With the Cowboys,
3rd and 6, Rico Dowdle is going to convert and run it
in another game for 100 yards. But I mean, the Cowboys are 16-6 all time and 3-2 over the last 5. And a lot of folks seem to forget that this team actually put the GOAT out of business.
Yeah, listen. I've been watching this past week. I have been watching a lot of Bucks games, and like I said, I've been talking to my intels and stuff, so I've been note taking. Mayfield makes most of his mistakes in coverage and has thrown most of his NITs in the second quarter, 10 to be exact. He has thrown low under balls and into traffic. Secondary will definitely be key. Mayfield also stays in the pocket too long. The more he stays there, the more likely he will make a mistake. On the other hand, he can read the field to see to see and make sure his receivers are open. The Bucks are going to run the ball more than passing. Keep an eye out for Bucky Irving. The Bucks are going to go into play action, and the Cowboys defense is going to have to prove they can stop the run. The Bucks use a lot of interchanging motions. The Bucks use a lot of 11 personnel, so they don't have to have 12 personnel on the field. Zimmer has a clear understanding on who the Bucks will be on the field with some of the people that they have.
Yeah.
Our Cowboys linebackers definitely needs to cover. Leofau is now being put into more blitz packages. Bucks receivers definitely have yak ability. The Cowboys are going to find out about the Bucks because this team presses man coverage. The difficult part to decipher is if Zimmer's defense should play more man coverage than zone against the Bucks, because both can hurt the Cowboys in both ways. For example,
breaker 19. We got a Denver Bronco fan in here say, y'all still really them boys. That's what's up, Denver. I appreciate that, big Denver Broncos fan. Look at him hanging out in the chat. Bob, you got company out there, baby.
Yeah, I think he's a bird.
Nah, he's a Bronco fan. Anybody with the first name of Denver better be a Bronco fan, bro. Because if not, you bipolar hanging out of my comments. No,
They gave it to him. They gave it to him, and he's stuck with it, man.
Damn. He hanging out with winners anyway. Our phone rings more than once. Go ahead, Kels. Get back to the intels.
Our secondary being interchangeable, man may be feasible, and if they play zone, Mike Evans is going to have a field day. Man is more effective in slowing Mayfield down.
Who's in the secondary? Because we ain't got Trayvon, so we got who we got in the secondary? Because I'm worried about Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield.
Say that
again. Malik hurt?
No, he's been a full practice participant.
Oh, that's going to be huge. That's my dog.
Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield is going to be a problem. Who's in the secondaries? We got Deron Bland and who else?
Israel Mukuamu.
Yeah. He's young, but he's making plays.
Yeah.
When
so they're gonna probably target him.
Ayo, and we have Jordan Lewis.
Okay.
More than likely play.
I don't know. I'll take Mukuamu. I'll take Mukuamu if I'm being honest, as covering that second wide receiver. I think Bland can take Mike Evans.
Yeah.
So I think he can take him, no problem.
Yeah, so the Bucks are definitely going to try to double team Parsons. And here's something that everyone needs to know. As of right now, Mike Evans has reached 325 receiving yards versus off coverage since week 11, and the Cowboys recently have been playing off coverage.
Go figure.
All right, so listen, I said it earlier. As long as these coaches are coaching correctly, we still have a shot at this game. This isn't a lost game by any means. It may be just closer than people want to talk about it because they got hard.
Buccaneers, they beat on. And I ain't gonna say the Chargers ain't all that. Shout out to my guy Tomas, the Charger fan. Big time supporter here. He cracked the code over here as a Green Bay supporter. So shout out the Boat Gang. But a lot of folks have been trying to discount the Chargers. You know what I mean? The Chargers are pretty good defensively, and the Bucks went in there and put I think they put 40 on them. So I'm a little concerned, especially in the secondary with Mike Evans, with all them yards. And now Kel's talking about off coverage. But I'm with you, Mike. I'm with you, Bob. It's going to be the coaching, that's going to matter, especially because, I don't know, Mr. Adjustments. Is he going to make that adjustment? Are we going to continue to run off coverage? Is that what's going to be, Kels?
You got to make sure the young kids are doing what they have to do. I know that. That's what's got to happen with this coaching.
There he goes, tapping in right there. Tomas says the Cowboys better not play zone because the Bucks can torture zone. Look at my Chargers. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Chargers are pretty good defensively. And, I'm a little concerned here. But Wakamu and all them guys, they're going to have to step up back there, especially Bland. I don't know, is Bland going to be traveling, or are they going to, they're going to put Mike Evans on the side over there and pick on what? How do you say his name?
Mukuamu. Mukuamu.
Just call him Izzy.
Izzy.
Okay.
Izzy, thank you.
He say the same thing when he sees you too. Just say Izzy, dude.
What up, Izzy?
Yeah.
Throw that word out.
Because every time I see her, I'll be like, "What's up, Izzy?"
Right. Top says,
I
hook them. They won. Oh, they're gonna win that game. Good. Go ahead, Bob.
I just like what Malik does for our team since he's come to the team. He quietly makes these plays, and when he's not making plays, it's because he knows his area of the backfield that needs to be covered because no one's going to be getting plays on him. I've seen him get burned a couple times because we're talking about being a little bit older than the average safety out there, but he's good. He's got fire. He still has what it takes to teach these young kids, and so having him back there is going to be invaluable against this team who can go deep on you. And having Bland out there, regardless of most people in this game not being able to come back from major injuries, he's able to at least cover, I think, and I think he can do well against Evans.
Speaking
of the young kids, about Mukuamu, that might be a problem.
Yeah, speaking of the young kids, Bob, you alluded to that. Shout out to my guy I went to high school with. Lane Bowman's a linebackers coach for Smithson Valley Rangers, who defeated Highland Park for the 5A Division I state championship in Jurors World today, man. He is on a big time high. Something about them Thrall boys. Shout out to my guy Lane out there. They knocked off Highland Park because Highland Park won like 4 years in a row, and my guy's team went there last year and they got beaten. They went back to back this season and they finally cracked the code. So shout out to Smithson Valley Rangers on that 5A state championship. I'm proud of my guy Lane I went to school with. You know what I mean? Super, super happy for my guy. That's a big win for him out there. But getting back to these Cowboys, I know he's a big Cowboy fan too. That's a whole different conversation before we can get the Cowboys and championship in the same sense, right?
Yeah, that's going to be
I mean, this championship's won in AT&T Stadium, but it ain't by the Cowboys, not just yet. But let's talk a little bit about what's been going on in the current news, especially with Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons has been out in the media saying he wants to be a Cowboy for life. There's been talk about we ain't got no money in the bank, but we want him here. And Micah says, I'll take less money. I want to stay here. Let me throw the ball to you first, Kels. What do you feel? Do you think the Cowboys are going to get something done with Micah or in the offseason in terms of his deal with some less money? Is that just him talking, or is his agent talking for him? Is that just Micah talking?
No, that's Micah talking.
Mm.
Because he said that he know his agent is going to be pissed that he's saying that he will take less money. So they can make whatever free agency moves that they should have done for this season. So
that ain't his agent's business.
Right. Because the last time I checked, he is employed.
Right. Very exactly.
Who was that?
You can give me all the suggestions you want, but
yeah. And speaking of his agent, this is on NFL.com right here. There's nothing like wearing the star when you do it the right way. This is per NFL.com. This was back in September. Parsons, who is represented by agent David Mulugeta of Athletes First, said in training camp in July. So in terms of being here, I want to be here my whole life. This is not something new. This was said back in September. I just wanted to bring that up because I wanted to see who Micah's agent was. David Mulugeta. So yeah, Micah talking, but that ain't David talking.
No,
so we think David is David gonna call it, because that's music to the Joneses' ears. What? You want less money and you want to stay? What? Catboy over there like what? He getting all excited.
I wonder if he could do some shit because he's so good, right? He's got raw talent. He's still not polished. He still gets frustrated and gets taken out of the game mentally. There's ways to bring him back. But can you imagine if he was able to sort of say to Jerry and everybody, listen, I don't want 40. Give me 28, 32, but make sure you pick up this position and this position. And if you could tie it into a package deal, which again, it's like really hard to contract.
Like a big three. This is a big three contract. I need this guy and this guy to come and we'll make it a deal, huh?
I mean, maybe free agent, you couldn't do that in the draft because you don't know who you're going to pick.
Are we right there? I mean, because think about it. If the Joneses get this deal done and play, if this plays out, hypothetically, let's go with this story here. Before, we got a little time for the game tomorrow night. If they were to pay Micah early on and that were to happen, what Bob is talking about, something to that extent, does that mean the Cowboys are turning over a new page in the front office? Because is that going to show us that maybe, all right, we know Dak got to restructure. We know CD going to have to restructure in order to pay Micah. We understand that, but now he wants less. So if that all gets done coming in the next season, is this sending a message to the fan base that the Cowboys want to win now? What is your thoughts on that, Kels?
We'll see. That's all I can say.
Oh, time will tell, huh?
Yep, because the new league year starts March 17th. Oh, let me name drop for y'all. Here's some of the prospects that the Cowboys are looking at. They looking at wide receiver Luther Burden from Mizzou. They're looking at 3 dudes from Georgia, Jalen Walker, Mikael Williams, and Malachi Starks, as well as
Georgia.
Texas, Kelvin Banks.
Good deal. I know you got the intels over there. Joe tapping in from Italy over there has got a good question. Always on all of our shows. He says, "Who's our starting offensive line starters for tomorrow?" Do you got that real quick where you can name that off, Kels?
Nope, that don't come out until 2 hours before the game. But what I do have that
Well, the only good news I think, like we recapped, is that Cooper Beebe cleared concussion protocol, and I mean is trending towards he could potentially be playing. But then you said, who is he? He's competing against. Who is the other guy's backup?
Graham Barton. That was
Barton.
That was one of the other prospects for center that the Cowboys was looking at. Hold on.
I tell you this much: if it is, I don't know that this is Jerry and company changing their spots. I'm not sure that's what's happening, but I know that Jerry, all the time, at the very least, tries to sell to us that he is going to change in some way, and not saying that he's going to change, but he does things to make you think, oh, maybe things are going to be different this year because he signed this dude. He would have never done that last year, or maybe we drafted this guy. But I don't know, but I think he likes to let us think he's going to change, but dude's been doing the same thing.
I agree with you 100%, Bob, but I think the difference would be if Micah can control the situation and not Jerry. If Micah can control the negotiations in the media and force the Cowboys to, play friendly and do, you know what I mean? They can come to the say, look, the fans are saying this. It's all, it's common sense. Jerry ain't getting no fucking younger. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm thinking if Micah can I'm glad to see that because a lot of folks wanted to knock Dak Prescott. Oh, why don't our offensive quarterback who got paid $500 million take less money so we can get better players? Well, guess what? He'll restructure his contract next year. But to see this from Micah, which is good because just a few days ago there was news we're gonna trade Micah Parsons. You know what I mean?
Oh man, did we go through some?
Like Jerry said, it's a 375-day soap opera.
And here's my thing: when people say, "Oh, trade like a high pick
player,"
we
know it's just hyperbole.
They really, I get it, but they really don't know the mechanics, the business of this team. Because it sounds good to trade and all this other stuff, but who's going to pull up that draft capital?
And who's going to talk Dak Prescott out of his no trade clause?
Yeah, you know what, Kels, I'm glad you corrected me on the show the other day. I was saying, the fake news, these fake news pages on Facebook are getting fucking slick, man. A lot of them are looking like they're really real, and Cowboys fans, they asleep in the comments, their brains, they ain't got no brains. Like they got me because I seen that it said prioritizing signing Odighizuwa. And you told me, you said, because I thought a deal got done, but you corrected me and said no.
I've seen that same one. I don't.
But the key word was prioritizing signing, and they had a picture of him sitting there looking like he's signing a damn contract, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you got me.
And because they changed it, but when they said, oh, the deal is done, and I'm like, wait a minute, how can the deal be done?
Yeah, no, I'm glad you came up because I went and looked online after that, and I couldn't find nothing. He's up for a deal, but going back to that, it said prioritizing re-signing. That was the catch, and with the picture.
And then someone messaged me and said, well, how can that be? Because the Cowboys signed Justin Rogers back to the field. That's because he was still employed on a practice squad with the Bengals. You can still get people off of other
practice squads.
Teams' practice squad. The only difference is we have an already active player who is up for a contract next year because he is at the end of his rookie deal. If you do anything right now with any active player that you have on your roster, it is called illegal. No, it's called illegal tampering.
It's tampering.
You cannot entertain no type of discussions and all this other stuff with any player within your organization or another organization. The same thing goes for coaches, some coaches as well, until March 17th. Now, you can talk to whoever it is on March 16th, but nothing can be signed until 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on March 17th.
Thank you. And with that being said, shout out to all of the Green Bay supporters that are in here. If you're in the gym today, come on now. We need them. We got 12 folks online. We got 6 likes. Come on. As soon as you get in the video, you got to press like. If that's a minimum, if you're going to show up and hang out, at least press the like button and let us know you're here. But shout out to all the Green Badges. This content is brought to you by the Green Badges. You got another chance to claim the crown. That's right. This limited edition, man. I don't know if anybody's going to win it this year. So Green Badges, you still qualify. Scroll up to the top. Put your predictions, which is a great segue here. We're going to go to predictions. Throw your predictions for the Bucks and the boys on Sunday Night Football at the reel on top. If you got a green badge, it's your chance to claim the crown, and throw your predictions up in the comments. Remember, it's Cowboys are underdogs by 4 at home. And I want to say, what was that over under? I think it was 39.5. If I'm not mistaken.
48.5, I think.
48, yeah, okay, 48. So that, about 24 points. So throw up your predictions of the Cowboys going to cover. Let us know in the comments as we continue to round out the show. Bob, what's going on with you new over there, man? I know that's what I was going to ask you. How many new grows you got going on?
I've actually got 2 plants growing right now. This is amazing. Some amazing Lost Coast hash plant.
Man,
I've got blueberry muffins growing right now.
I'm looking at March. Trying to get out there and come out there and see you, man. You know what I mean? We do some content and things, you know?
Yeah, man, we'll have a blast. March is a good time to be out here. It's still, you've got the ability for it to be cold or just really gorgeous warm at any given time. It's super wild card month. So it could snow. It might not. You never know. But there's something popping at Red Rocks usually at that time.
And doubling down, don't the Cowboys travel? Don't they go to Denver this season? Don't they this next season?
Yeah. I've realized that, and I would only go if I had a good gang of my Cowboys friends with me, because if not, I'm going to be throwing hands. I know that people that if I'm with a bunch of Cowboys fans, they'll probably keep me chill. If I'm there alone, I just start getting that.
Started a Denver fan club.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some folks, because I'm looking at that game too, because, Vegas is going to be the takeover, designated as the takeover. So that's going to go down. I'll be in Vegas, but I'm looking at Denver also. And there's a couple other games, but the schedule's not coming out till May. So we don't know exactly when, but man, that'll be awesome to gather the gang up and have, Bob don't need to go nowhere. We all come to Bob. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I got a big ass house, so we can chill here. We can have a few folks.
Oh yeah, you got the gazebo in the back out there. Yeah. Oh man,
we'll hang for sure. That'd be great.
Maybe we can get Kales to come out there next year. You want to come to Denver, Kales?
Depending on
which games are you looking at? Are you looking at any games, away games next season?
I'm looking at Vegas. I'm also looking at Chicago. So it's going to be between one of them two. I don't know.
That's 2 different vibes.
You got to go Vegas. I got to go Vegas, man. I got my eyes on Vegas, baby. Speaking of Vegas, I'm gonna be in Vegas really soon. I'm just gonna put it that way. I'm gonna be in Vegas really soon. So shout out to all my patrons on Patreon. Yeah, y'all will know about it first over there. I'll be sharing that content over there. But looking forward to getting up with you there in March, Bob, and maybe do a comedy show. I think you said there's a comedy show or something going down.
I mean, look, there's always something going on, man. There's already whatever's going on in March has probably got tickets being sold for it right now, if I'm being honest. So, I mean, just like give me a roundabout idea. Obviously, I have a couple dates. If you can go in between that, I don't know. We'll find out exactly. Yeah. The date of the date, and if it turns into a Denver Broncos situation, then we can.
Well, no. I still plan on coming out there seeing March, something like that. But then we're not going to see the schedule break till May, so good deal. But yeah, I'm circling Denver, so I'm gonna take a look at that. Hopefully, Denver's not like the week before Vegas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, I mean, it's just happened. And it happened like that. I was gonna go to Miami last year, and then it just became Christmas Eve, and I'm like, damn it, man, I can't do that. That's ridiculous. I can't go to Miami on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. What was you saying, Kels?
Oh no, I'm saying I just got a text. The Cowboys signed cornerback Andrew Booth to off their practice squad, and they elevated Darius Harris and Dakota Shepley.
Yeah, definitely been an ugly year. 3 games left, and like Bob's came on the shows, had a little optimism, some hope. You know what I mean? I think we have all some hope, because if the Cowboys can fuck around and win and find out, on Sunday Night Football, it's going to get interesting, especially if Philly beats Washington. It's not like we need them to beat Washington, but in order for us to mathematically stay in the game, that would have to work that way. And then we have to beat Philadelphia. Hopefully they would, sit their starters and do us a solid, you know what I mean? And then we could just close out on Washington. We could just make this shit interesting because, it's a lot of parity in the NFL.
Mm.
But then again, we could crash and burn on Sunday Night Football, and then me and Kale's doing draft boards next week.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But like I said, one of the 1 o'clock games can kick us out too.
Yeah,
but I do have a game to play.
Oh yeah, I thought you went through. You was reading. I was like, what game is this? She gonna do some quiz and shit with us? What's the game? Talk to us. What up, Jay? We see you tapping in.
And I mean, people can text theirs as well. So let's just say hypothetically, if we had a healthy O-line, who will be your starters?
Oh shit! There's been so many musical chairs. Joe asked a great question. That's why I threw it up on the board because I wanted to know. I mean, we got TJ Bass, we got Cooper Beebe, we got Tyler Guyton, and Tyler Smith, and I don't know, somebody else throw them in there, I guess.
You gotta go in position.
I'll take whoever played last week.
I'll take whoever played when Rigo got the 3 100-yard games. Can we do look at that lineup?
Exactly, man. There's like a different flop when there's a guard on one side or the other.
So here's mine, okay? Right guard, I would do Tyler Smith.
Okay.
No, wait a minute. Is he left guard or tackle?
He's left guard.
Yeah, left guard.
He played a bunch of
left
positions.
guard. Left guard, I will do
I think we draft him at left tackle if I'm
I think the most important question of your game should be, is Zach Martin coming back or not?
No. I said hypothetically, and they have to be all healthy. And I'm gonna get to the point. So left guard, I would keep Tyler Smith.
Right guard, Zach Martin. Then okay.
Left guard, I will do Awesome Richards. Center, Cooper Beebe.
He's doing it.
Right guard, Zach Martin. Right tackle, Tyler Guyton.
Okay, get Steele out of there. Steele needs to sit down.
Yeah, Steele he gonna have to be a post June 1st cap casualty. That way he gonna have to be.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the reason why I did this. We are at a good position because we have,
in terms of what, the offensive line depth
for the
or what?
offensive line,
Mm-hmm.
because I was torn with like Brock. Should I put Brock Hoffman in? Because that dude is a menace. Like I said, I've been around.
I know you've been talking about Brock Hoffman a couple of weeks. That's your new boo, huh? You got a crush on Brock?
I've been you know me. I like my chocolate.
Oh, okay.
But
all right. Wah. Me, you out of there, Bob.
I've been around Brock enough, especially since he's been on the team and he has and he's come to play Washington. He will go in. He don't care. He will go in on Washington fans. He don't care. And then he's like that on the field. So I was like, Zach, Brock, Brock is a menace. So, but if we had a healthy Zach Martin, I would keep him at guard. But we're at a position now that we haven't been in a while where we can say, oh, if something happens to Zach Martin, Brock, go in. Where it's been times where we like, oh, shoot.
Yeah, because Bob said it when we opened up the show. Like, isn't it amazing? Our best lineman goes out and then we find our run game. Hello.
This is the same thing as you wondering, like, okay, so why was Saquon looking so bad in New York, and then he goes to Philly and lights it up? There's second chances that can happen outside your organization and inside your organization. I think it's a little more rare to see it happen within your organization because usually the motivation is going to a new team, a new city. All these things are a massive motivation. If you're able to pull that off within your own team, that's actually pretty big, I think. And I don't know, it's happening obviously, so I don't know. That's a tough thing to do. That's a
What
real
do you
tough
think
thing
about
to
what
do.
Jay got to say there, Kels? He says, please cut Steele. I think Tyler Guyton should be right tackle like in college.
Listen, yeah, I think they should, even though it was his preference to go to left tackle, he produced better on the right tackle. But again, we have Solari. We don't have the right offensive line coach. Now, if we had somebody dropped the name, the offensive line coach that we had last year.
If we would have just never gotten rid of the dude that went to Washington 5-6 years ago.
Look, man, I think I can go coach and coordinators. That's about as deep as I can go. You talking about line and position coaches? I don't know them names.
Yeah. But
Schottenheimer. What's his first name? It's a whole lot of them Schottenheimers around. Is it
like 30 of these
Marty or
motherfuckers,
which
yeah.
one is it?
Johnny, Jimmy, Ronnie, Mikey, Ricky, and Mike. Is that what
Okay.
it is? Ronnie, Bobby.
Poison.
But listen, not only the players on free agents, we have 34 coaches as well on our staff, and all of them are free agents.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Speaking of that,
it's a perfect
not
time
not
to
of the staff, but getting back to this, I want to ask you this question. A lot of folks are going to think Rico's going to try to take the Joneses to the bank. How do you feel Rico and his chances are coming back as RB1 next season? Is that good for the Cowboys, or is Rico and his agent? Let me go look up who Rico's agent is too. You think Rico's agent and him going to ask for a lot of money for RB1? Because then everybody will be like, don't pay Rico all that money. He's going to suck next season.
I could kill that in a nutshell. Yesterday's price is not today's price, and that's in the reverse. The stock, the draft, not the draft stock, but the stock for a running back is not like what it used to be. It has definitely depleted.
It ain't going back to even close to what it ever was.
Rico Dowdle's agents, his name's David Cantor and Ness Mugrabi. I guess it's two of GSE Worldwide. So never heard of them guys. So I don't know. Jerry and them, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, especially because, a lot of folks are like, we need to draft Ashton GT. Well, I mean, he ain't going to be there. I mean, we're at like pick number 14 still. And if we win these next 3 games, that's going to even go down further. I told you between 15 and 20, the Cowboys going to be on the draft board. We're not going to be in the highs, we're not going to be in top running, it's like New York and Las Vegas is competing for them dudes. You know what I mean?
Here's my thing with Ashton Genty, because like I said, the intel that I dropped a couple of weeks ago when it came to what the 24 draft is going to look like. It's a lot of running backs, wide receivers. I'm trying to find it because I got notes everywhere. It's wide receivers.
Yeah, you said wide receivers and trenches in this next year's draft. There's, we're not going to draft no quarterback because Dak going to come back by OTAs, and we're probably going to re-sign Cooper Rush. What do you think about that? Is it going to be Cooper, or are we going to let Trey walk? I mean, because if we let Trey walk, it's kind of like, what the fuck do we even do with that dude?
And see, that's my thing. We wasted a 4th round draft pick if we weren't.
Yeah.
If we're not going to use him.
So is Cooper going to be out? We're going to see Trey backing up Dak. We're going to get some new spice up in the Cowboys next season because the Trey lovers are still out there saying put Trey in, man, even though Cooper's getting the win. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
But the thing with Ashton Genty, he can still be there. Like I said, because this draft does have a lot of running backs, wide receivers, and D linemen. That's what this draft is going to be heavily stocked on.
Mike Rock tapping in and said, need a line before we worry about a running back.
Yeah,
I see you, Mike Rock.
Most of these teams are going to go for some of these D linemen because a lot of these teams are in dire need of a D lineman. But there's going to be, what year was Micah drafted? That was 2021.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be a 2021 draft 2.0 because a team is going to draft Ashton Genty earlier, and they really don't.
Yeah, he's going to be gone. Like, he's going to be gone in the top 10. Somebody taking him in the top 10.
But the thing is, it's going to be a team that's going to draft him that really don't have a need for a running back. Like Patrick Surtain, Denver Broncos did not need a cornerback, but they knew that they were one draft above us, and then they snagged him, and that's why we traded down with Philly.
Okay.
So something is telling me something like that is going to happen with Ashton Genty, because I have a feeling he can be sitting there.
Yeah, because the people are like, well, if he falls that far, I mean, if it happens and he fell that far, now we talking BPA, best player available.
Right.
Do the Cowboys take him?
Yeah, right. Because if he's still there, because right now, if the season were to end today, we're at
14.
Number 14. We're at number 14. So if he's there, yeah, I would say go BPA and pull him. But like I said, something is telling me that there's going to be a team that don't need a running back, but they know that we're in dire need of one, and they're going to get him before it gets to us.
All right, I got NFL.com here. We're going to take a look at the draft leaderboard right quick, so that way everybody can get a good snapshot before we round out the show here. We appreciate everybody tapping in. It's the pregame show. The Bucks and the boys in the building. But let me get my shit. Where the StreamYard didn't change things around. They call it media something. Anyway, Bob knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, New York is number one right now. These are current just rankings. New York is number 1. Vegas is 2. Patriots 3. Panthers, Titans, Jags, Browns. Browns been up there for 4 years in a row. Hadn't it been number 1 or something like that? The Jets,
but
the Bears, Saints, Dolphins, Bengals, and we're at 13 now currently.
So we're at 13.
13. All right. So yeah, I mean, if Ashton Genty would have fallen that far, I mean, yeah, it does get kind of spicy at that point, because then you bring in the whole best player available conversation, because there's going to be, obviously, which a lot of folks understand, like Kels can talk to this a little bit. This is a 365-day year process for the Cowboys when they draft. Will McClay and his team are constantly updating their board and all of their data and all of their information that they're getting on how they're going to draft, what they're going to need, and things like that. So I brought up the Dowdle situation, because I thought, yeah, we can get him for the cheap. We ain't got to worry about drafting there. We can pair him with somebody, but we can get him later down in the draft to pair him with some guy with some juice or something like that.
Yeah, because their scouting department really starts in the beginning of our training camp, because a lot of these colleges are also doing their training camps for their semester years. Yeah. For their football season.
I think Ryan's talking to what you were talking about a while ago. He said just like the Panthers took a running back from Texas who we were targeting. Yeah. 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 I mean, that's kind of, didn't we get CD Lamb? When we got CD Lamb that year, didn't we trade with the Eagles or something like that? We swapped up or something?
Nope. We kept our spot. And the thing is, he was still sitting there. Like, we went were we 17? Yeah, we were 17.
Yeah, 17, yeah.
And that was the COVID year draft. That's when Jerry was sitting on his boat.
Jerry had a little lamb on his yacht.
They should have kept him on the yacht. Anyway,
fire Jerry.
So we still stayed at 17, and I'm looking like, why CD Lamb is still sitting there? Because I had CD Lamb going maybe 5, 10, and he was sitting there. So by the time it was time for us to draft, I'm like, they definitely going to pull CD Lamb. Now I see why. Now in hindsight, I see why he was still sitting there, because a lot of those teams needed wide out receivers. CD Lamb, he can play wide out, but when he was in college, he played more in the slots and the slants.
All right. So. Well, there you have it. As we get ready to round out the show, almost an hour deep, man. It's a special edition. We had my guy Bob come out the gym, literally the gym. Bob is looking tan, like he said. What he said? No, your blood's flowing properly now. You're lifting 6 days a week. It's called a gym. It's called a gym glow, right? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, it must be.
Yeah, my girl Kels brought in the whole Dallas Cowboys script today, so you got to give it up to my girl Kels. I get everybody I always talks about. Shout out to my guy Charles with Stars. We haven't seen him hanging around, but he was talking to me the other day. He's like, man, that girl Kels, she knows her shit. Like she knows like all the like she knows everything. She got notes and everything. Like that's impressive. I'm like, yeah, tell me about it. I like having her on the show because she's all the research. You know what I mean? We just keep the conversation going. So as always, we appreciate you tapping in with the intels, Kales. You said you got the, let's go predictions right quick before we get out here. Who you got, Kales? Who you got, Kales? You said you had the Cowboys. Did it change since the show or what?
Man, this my whole prediction has changed ever since we lost.
Don't be scared.
When we lost to
you can say the Cowboys are going to lose. I mean, this has been the season now where all fans can be, well,
like
fuck it. They might win. They might lose.
It's a safe space.
Yeah.
My whole schedule went to up Waters Creek when we lost to the Saints and we shouldn't have. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Don't remind me. I was there. I left in halftime. Yeah, you know, the home opener. Yeah, shout out.
So my
Well, who you got? Stop avoiding it. Who you got? Cowboys or Bucks?
24, 21. They're gonna fuck me in the ass on my birthday.
Wow.
Dallas.
Because Mike Evans is gonna get 2 touchdowns on us.
I'm scared Mike Evans is gonna torch us up, man. That's what I'm scared with Baker. Patty Cake Baker, man. Hopefully this pass rush can get to him. So who you got? You said 24-21 Cowboys or Bucks?
Bucks. I said they're gonna fuck me.
Oh, okay. All right.
On my birthday.
Ooh, even damn, she's predicted. I like her. I see what you're doing. I like the reverse psychology shit you pulling with the universe right now. I like that, Bob. It's this hot potato. It's in your lap now. What you got, Cowboys or the Bucks?
Yeah, you know, I've been dying for Dallas to just continue to lose so that we can get some good draft position. And then as soon as I had hope for that to happen, they started winning and going up and down and having some hope. So in grand tradition of the Dallas Cowboys leaving all of us uncertain of what's going to happen from week to week, I'm going to say that the Dallas Cowboys lose to the Bucks 24-14, and Bucky has a huge day.
Yeah.
I
started him.
We talking about Bucky Irvin, right?
Yeah, I started Bucky Irvin in my fantasy league in my championship because I know he's going to run on us.
Yeah. Well, I got the Cowboys for the upset, even though we're underdogs at home by 4. I like the Cowboys 28-24. I think Micah is still on his campaign. Micah is going to have to continue to play at a high level if he wants to drive this conversation with the Joneses, especially forcing them to turn over a new leaf next year. That's why I posed the question, and I want y'all to answer this if you watch this after the fact. If Micah leads this conversation and gets his contract done, it takes less money. Are y'all going to put some respect on that man's name? And is that going to change things for the front office in terms of maybe, even though we're going in bargain bin shopping, they can get everybody clamped down and locked in? So think about that as we get on to our prediction. But I said Cowboys 28-24. They got the Bucks. I got the boys. It's been the pre-show. That's Kales over there. That's my guy Bob down there. Y'all know what time it is when we get around Dandy Don. We'll see y'all in the next episode.
Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night, the party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.